Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everybody. It's Friday. Oh my gosh. It's been a year since I posted a Friday Sews, right? Because that's what it feels like. It really does. I want to thank you so much for being patient with me last week when I didn't do a Friday video. I don't usually miss that because I like doing Friday videos. And now I have too much to tell you for a Friday video. Truly, too much. But I'm going to try. And it's going to start with this make. Because it's Friday Sews. A little bit of sewing, a little bit of life. Today's going to be a little bit of sewing and a lot of life, but I still want to share because so much happened in the last 2 weeks. But this I made for my granddaughter first communion, which is coming in a moment. Was a pool party, was a surprise, not a surprise. It was a pool party at my daughter's brand new pool's first party they've had at their pool. So I made a swimsuit, I posted that, and then I decided to make this cover up with the same fabric. And you know what? I love it. I do. I love it. I will say that it doesn't breathe like a regular, like nice stretchy knit, like a jersey knit. It doesn't breathe because it's swimsuit fabric, but it's so pretty. I love this collar so much. Oh my gosh. So I'm just going to kind of stand up and show you. Actually, I think, no, I'll take a picture. Strike that. So will I wear this? Yeah, and especially when I'm wearing my bathing suit. Wouldn't that be nice? So it was easy to make. I used my own hoodie pattern, and there are updates coming on that very soon. I know I've been saying that for a long time, but you know, this pattern making business is not business, but you know what I mean. It's like, that's an education, like going to school. And I feel closer than ever to actually understanding what the heck I'm doing. So I'm going to let that for another video, but this is my own design. And it's super comfy, and it will be really cute with a bathing suit underneath it that matches. But will I wear it other than that? I think I would. It's just a fun top, and I love these colors so much. Love these colors. It doesn't drape as well as the knits that I normally sew with. And so I feel like the pockets make my hips stick out a little bit, and I'm kind of rethinking even having pockets. Maybe it'll lay down a little bit better, but if you watch my videos, you know I love pockets. So giving up pockets, it's going to be a toss-up. I might just go with the dress sticking out a little just to keep the pockets. I don't know. Okay, so sewing. I'm going to leave it at that for now and move into life. Is that okay? Because I had a really busy 2 weeks and a lot of fabulousness happened. And if you don't mind indulging me, I would really like to share it with you because it was just a cool time. And normally I'm like stretching to tell you anything interesting because my life is not that interesting, truly. But this 2 weeks, I almost feel like I need to just do a speed fast version, like just tell you. So 2 weeks ago, pretty much, was first communion for my granddaughter and my grandson together, and they were so adorable. And the dress, it was a hit. Okay, I really want to tell myself real quick, I wish I had done some top stitching right here because the lining showed. And I was bummed. And you know, I hate to do that. I didn't want to point it out like, it's a cute dress, but I was tempted, but I didn't. But I did not like that. So I wish I had really tried it on her because I could have easily fixed that. But it's done now. But she loved it. Her mama loved it. Everybody complimented it, and it's a done deal. And the party was fun. You know, I made a swimsuit and a swimsuit cover up for the party, the pool party. The pool, okay, was full of children. So I never even put on the bathing suit. It's okay. I need that bathing suit for other things, but I never even put it on after all that. So because it was first communion, my older son and his family were there to visit, and they're also the godparents of so it was special to them. So anywho, I came the next day, just hung out with the family, and then I went home. It's still light out. I really didn't stay very late, and I hit a deer on the way home. Like literally within, you know, like half a mile from my house, right in front of the post office. I couldn't have missed it. I mean, that deer jumped in front of a car going this way, and he looked back at that car and tried to get out of the way of that car and jumped right into my car, which was going this way. So I just like, oh my gosh, I hit a deer. And I I slammed my brakes as soon as I saw it, but I never saw it until I hit it. And then it jumped up and ran away. So I thought, well, that's not too bad, right? So I turned around and came back, and the guy and I were talking about it, and I said, I wonder if it even hurt my car, and he goes, it did. So I get out. You know, they're just like plastic, these bumpers, and so it's made to crush, and so my car was wrecked, and I have insurance, don't worry. But that trip I was taking to go see my granddaughter for the shower was within days, and now my car is out of it. No way. Luckily, I saved my car that I had before that one. It's just kind of just a spare for us, and now I needed it, so we took it in and got it all fixed up and ready to go. So I had to take my old car. And my granddaughter came home from staying at Auntie's for the first communion, stayed at Grammy's. So we had a couple days together, and then we left. We got up, and you know, mornings is not my thing, so got ready. I had plenty of time. Go get in the car. It's all packed. It didn't start. I had just spent a lot of money to get that car, like, you know, ready to go on a trip. Anything you think you can fix, fix it. That's what we said. And then they found lots of stuff. So they fixed a lot of stuff, but it didn't start. So I told hubby, the people who work on my car are next door to our studio, and we know them, and they're really nice. So we went down, and I said, follow me in your car, because if this one's not going to work, I'm taking yours. And so we went down, and they just like, oh, I don't know, it could be this, could be that. They put a new battery in, and spoiler, it didn't give me any trouble the rest of the trip. Thank goodness, because that would have been bad, having car troubles on a trip. Anyways, that was the start, and the trip went great. Oh my gosh, can I just speed fast tell you what happened? We had such a good time. First of all, my granddaughter's 21, and you know, she's heading off into grown-up life, and I'm not going to have many opportunities to just hang out with her. And we had this nice long drive, and she could have flown from home, and it's cheaper to fly from home. Where they live, it's not that much to fly down there. So she chose this. She chose to spend this time with me, and that was such a blessing. So I really enjoyed it. We just talked and visited, and you know, she's not a city driver, so she didn't want to do any driving. I didn't even ask her. I knew. And so I did the driving, but she and I just visited the whole way down, and I took her to her sister's and dropped her off. That's the one that's having the baby shower. The newlyweds. It hasn't been a year yet. Almost a year. They fixed us dinner. They were so adorable. Their little nest getting ready for a baby, and it was just so cute, and dinner was delicious, and that was just wonderful. And so I dropped her off, went to stay at my bestie's house. We had such a good time, and so we hung out, and then we went out to dinner at one of my favorites, Ruby's on the Pier. It's this restaurant all the way at the end of the pier, and so the kids met us there, and we had dinner. Here's a picture of that. And then the next morning was the shower. She was so cute. It was put on by her mother-in-law. I just loved it. We had such a good time. And then she and hubby, her little hubby, had to go to a wedding. So I knew that my other granddaughter, the one I traveled with, was going to be at their apartment. And I said, well then, you know, go to church with me. I wanted to go to church on Saturday so I could just not have church on Sunday and drive the whole day. So I said, come to church with me, and then we'll go out to dinner. So I always try to pick a pretty church when I'm traveling, because that's fun. And this is a church I've been wanting to go to for a few years, because it's been a revamp of a really iconic building in Orange County. And it used to be called the Crystal Cathedral, and now it's called the Christ Cathedral, and it's totally remodeled, and I wanted to see the inside. So she went with me, and it did fulfill all expectations and then some. It was amazing. All I really want to, I mean, I'll show you some pictures. First we posed for a selfie outside, then we went into church, and then we turned off our phones, and all of a sudden at the end it was over, and the organ was still playing, which I wanted to capture, so I hurry up, put my phone on, and I got some to show you. It was amazing. This organ is like 3 stories tall. it's white, and these little doors are opening and closing in the music, and then there's these horns on the other ends, and they would start toot-toot-tooting. And I think it's they did a Christmas pageant before when it was Crystal Cathedral, so they kept a lot of that. And I just want to show this organ playing. Just imagine how loud it was. So we shared that together, her and I absolutely just loved it. In fact, I said, let's come back here after dark and see what it looks like when it's all lit up from the inside. And so we went to dinner and had a wonderful dinner with my bestie, and then we drove back by and saw it at night. And let me show you. Isn't it beautiful? So that was it. That was my trip. And then I got up in the morning and I drove home alone because she flew home. She doesn't live where I live. And I just want to say, California is really big. Tell me if you live in California. Anybody, leave me a comment. Do you live in California? If you don't, let me just explain this to you. Okay? All right. So California, from the top to the bottom, is 840 miles long. And I live, we call it Northern California, but it's kind of in the middle. And so where I live to my girlfriend's house, which we call SoCal, it's still not the bottom of the state. You still got lots to go past Orange County. You got San Diego and everything. So just from my house to her house is, hold on, 421. It felt like the whole state. 421 miles. And it says here that it takes 6 hours and 17 minutes. Make that 8. I stop a lot. I have to. I'm old. I need to stop, and I don't go fast. It was funny because do you guys do TikTok? I happen to love TikTok. And the night before we left on our trip, I saw a TikTok on my feed, and it was a gentleman giving road trip advice. It's like it reads my mind, right? It reads my mind. That's kind of eerie. But he said, for some reason, on a long driving trip, cars like to go in clusters. He said, stay out of the clusters. That's where the accidents are going to happen. So you know, if a cluster wants to go past you, just let it go. And if you need to go past one, go fast, get past it. And then he says, there's plenty of open space. Go drive in that. So I spent my whole drive planning to get around those clusters and stay away from those, letting them go by, and then I'm just having my own little space. So I just had to find sweet spots of speed that wasn't too fast or too slow to just stay out. But it's a lot of truckers and a lot of people traveling, and they drive in clusters. And all I can think is, you guys are bumper to bumper at 80 miles an hour. What are you thinking? One little mistake and everybody's in it, and I don't want to be in it. So to tell you, California is huge, and that's just this way. It's also big this way. It's long, but still, I was so happy to be home. And you know, I really don't like to travel as much as I used to. I just really like being home, but I wanted to be there for my granddaughter. And I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking, oh, I'll come back and see the baby, but now I want to. What was I thinking? Of course I'm gonna go see the baby. Oh my gosh. Can I show you what I bought for her shower? Okay, this is just some little clothes that I bought because I already bought her a sling that was on her, like, you know, baby carrier thing that was on her list, but I wanted her to have something to open. And I think I could have a real problem buying baby clothes. I could just keep going and going. They're just so cute. I bought her 6-month-old because in my experience, some of my babies were almost out of the newborn right away. You know, not that I had huge babies, but newborn size is tiny. Okay, So good to be home. Glad to be home. Back to sewing, back to my stuff, back to my goals. I have lots of things I want to do and more to share next week on Friday Sews. I also want to tell you that I have a collab coming up this Sunday. So come back because you don't want to miss that. That's with Sherry from Granny's Sewing Room. And we made something fabulous and you just have to come back. Come back Sunday. Also want to say that a lot of you watch me and some of the other Friday Sewers. And have you ever thought about making your own YouTube channel? I mean, maybe the thought has crossed your mind. So one of our viewers that watches quite a few of us on Friday Sews, she did it. She started her own channel. And you know what? I'm going to tell you about it because you might want to go and watch her first video that came out. Her name is Carole. She's from the UK. I'm not exactly sure where, but she has a lovely accent. It's funny because she said that they like American things. Well, we like them. I mean, we want to hear your accent. I want to hear Americans. No, I want to hear like British, Australian. I want to hear those wonderful accents. So go watch her video. And hi, Carole. Good luck. And if anybody else is thinking about it, just do it. It's fun. She's right. It's like a big conversation with people who are into the same things as you. Why not? Why not? You got things to share and nobody else wants to hear about it. Guess what? We do. We do. So good luck with that. I'm really excited for you and you're just getting started. It's funny because she said she was nervous in front of the camera and I said, well, you look a lot better in your first video than I did. I was like, you gotta just get over that eventually. You know, you do. So, yeah, if you're interested, jump in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that wasn't too long, and I'll promise not to do that again because I'm staying home now. Well, until the baby gets here, then I have to go. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much for those of you who already have, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.